Wait, wait, what do you mean by anti-European?
I mean, they're deliberately trying to reduce the population of European peoples by whether it be like
Who's European
demographics,
peoples?
power. You know what the fuck a white person is? I'm
So
pretty sure you're
wait,
white,
say
dude.
white. So why say anti-European? There are black Europeans. There are brown
No,
Europeans.
there
Say
isn't,
white.
dude. Don't be a smart ass. You know what I
I'm not
mean.
being no. I'm not going to let you use Nazi euphemisms. Then just skip over them, even though they're
Everyone
technically
understands the
wrong.
term. This is
When
not
I say
Nazi
European, I
terminology.
mean a person who lives in Europe. There are black and brown people in Europe.
Okay,
You
fine.
mean white
Native
people?
European peoples. Native European peoples.
No,
Happy?
nope. There are evidence of Moors and brown people living in Europe well over 1,000 years ago, buddy. In the south of
It's not true.
Spain, in
That's not
areas that are
true.
now Slavic. Fucking Rome had black
Dude,
citizens, people we would now call black. Just say
doesn't make you
white.
native. You. What the fuck?
This guy Vaush is so fucking retarded. Okay, so Moors have lived, well, they colonized Europe for a long time. That doesn't mean they're native or indigenous European. They are still indigenous and native to Africa. There is no place called white. It is called Europe, and that's where European people have evolved, okay? The Moors did not evolve in Europe. They evolved in Africa and then went to Europe. It's a completely different scenario. Indigenous Europeans were already living in Europe for tens of thousands of years before the Moors even arrived. Using this absolute retarded logic, you have to say that Native Americans either don't exist or that white people are Native Americans also, simply because they have lived there a long time. Leif Erikson settled the Vikings in North America 1,000 years ago. Does this mean they are just as native as the Native Americans that crossed from Siberia 15,000 years ago? No, Vaush. They are not. Hell, even the more recent colonization of America was over 500 years ago. So I guess we are native to North America using this kind of logic. To any of my Native American followers, are we just as indigenous to the Americas as you, considering we have lived there close to 1,000 years? Let me know.
Talking about doesn't make you
Wait, so
native.
how far back do you have to go before you're native? We all came from Africa. Native means you've been there for like 2,000 years? If Rome had
Dude.
black citizens,
Oh my god. Dude,
Rome
if I
had
do
a
DNA
black
test-
emperor!
So because Rome had a token black emperor, that means that indigenous Romans don't exist or that indigenous Romans are black. Okay, this is great logic, fucking Vaush, you idiot.
DNA test, and I can trace back my lineage.
We
my,
all go
my,
back to Africa, my dude. There are
No, we
black
don't.
people.
Oh my
There are
God,
black.
dude,
Well, hold
stop.
on. There are literally black people who have been in Europe for 2,000 years. Rome had a black emperor.
Dude, that doesn't.
I would love to see a black person that looks like this, that has lived in Europe for 2,000 years and still looks like this. Please show me. Where are these black people that have lived in Europe for 2,000
I
years?
mean, shit.
Yes, it
because they're
does.
too
It
black,
means that Europe
because they
is
come from
not
Africa.
intrinsically white. Neither are native Europeans. Just say white people.
Where does Vaush think that white people came from? We just like UFO'd down from Mars? No, we evolved in Europe for tens of thousands of years. We are indigenous to the continent, you fucking moron.
Why do you? This is what I mean by Nazis lying. The term Europe and native European are both factually incorrect.
Except they aren't. Europe refers to the continent of Europe, and indigenous or native Europeans refers to the indigenous or native European people of Europe. It's really not that hard to comprehend, you moron.
White
Really?
is what you're looking. White is the term you're looking for here. But you use the first two because you can't help but lie. You love the euphemism.
It's a euphemism in the sense that the term white has been so fucking demonized, so you can't blame people for using European interchangeably. That's what it is, Vaush. It's interchangeable. It's like saying ocean instead of sea. They mean the same thing.
Just say
It's not
white.
a lie. It's a fact. Okay, let me ask you a question. Can we do DNA testing to find out where people originate from?